Hey everyone, let's start this video with just watching Sidney Crosby's reaction to them losing 6-1 to the Edmonton Oilers.
Is the bigger picture maybe settling into the trade deadline so close and, three straight losses and this one, is that picture sort of emerging in here?
I mean, the deadline date hasn't changed and we still need to get points. So, I don't know what picture you're talking about, but, it's the same situation it was yesterday.
Is the bigger picture?
As you can see, he's not used to this. We'll just put it that way. And I think we'll go to this tweet here from Bissonnette. Paul Bissonnette's put out a couple tweets just referencing Crosby to Colorado. I never thought there was a scenario where Crosby could get traded, honestly, and I still don't think it's possible at this very moment. But I think as we're going throughout this week, all it would take is Kyle Dubas to have a conversation with him. And even then, I think Sid would want to stay a Pittsburgh Penguin. But it might get him thinking, and it might get the rest of the team thinking that, okay, if one guy gets moved, maybe Erik Karlsson gets moved, because that was the big Kyle Dubas trade, and obviously it just hasn't worked out. Shout out to Grinelli, shout out to other guys out there. I mean, I said this. If you're not going to get depth around Sid and not get depth in that forward group, it wasn't going to work out. I thought the defense, the specific dynamic that wasn't going to work out, and I referenced when Brent Burns and Erik Karlsson were brought in together in San Jose. Obviously, Burns was there for a while. You brought in Erik Karlsson. It just didn't work out. So when that trade went down, I thought it was exciting just to see Karlsson play with Crosby, but I said in terms of the dynamic of the team, Karlsson doesn't work well with another star guy. I mean, it's clear as day. He's always worked out if he plays with like a Mark Methot type, and he's just the star guy. You can't have Letang and Karlsson battling for those minutes. I've said that. You need more depth. You need more role players. That's why you see it on so many different teams. You have the star guy, you have the offensive guy, and then you have like the meat and potatoes guy, or like the guy that just does everything. And Pittsburgh doesn't really have that. They just don't. So, I mean, that's why a lot of Penguins fans, I should say, and people around Pittsburgh value Marcus Pettersson so highly, because he fills some of those other roles, and he might bring other value for other teams. But I think there's so many moves that Pittsburgh could make here, and maybe it ties into Colorado. So we'll see. But Dan tweets out, this is during the game, the Penguins have to trade everything they can, right? I don't watch them often, but this seems like a group of ways away from being truly competitive again. I mean, yeah, they're in a bad spot. And Colorado, referencing Colorado once again, and I mean, Kerfoot, Dubas, we're all going in one full circle here. Adrian Dater, who's close to the Colorado Avalanche, saying, hearing whispers, Avs looking to reacquire Alex Kerfoot. So I'm wondering if between Pittsburgh, Arizona, Colorado, there's been a lot of connections between those three teams in the past. We've seen Pittsburgh make trades with Arizona. We've seen Arizona make trades with Colorado. I wonder if we see a trade between one of these three teams, or two of these three teams. But this is the big sentiment of the video. And I honestly do look at a reaction like that from Sid, and it's a little worrying, honestly. Not even being a Pens fan, just seeing Crosby over his career and just seeing what he's been able to accomplish. I think it's tough to watch that. It's tough to see that. And the Penguins just got absolutely dominated by the Edmonton Oilers, and it showed in a 6-1 final. So give me your thoughts, guys. I don't know exactly what the trades would look like, but I'll say this. I'll just put this out there kind of on a splash at the end of the video here, because I just wanted to make this a quick discussion. And if there's any real conversation around it throughout the rest of the week, I'll make another video. But this is all just kind of hypothetical. But if you're Pittsburgh and there was ever a scenario where you could trade with Colorado and Sid would be in the conversation, you'd have to look at a Bowen Byram on Colorado and have to make that your target. So if you're Pittsburgh and you're Dubas, you're trying to do a rebuild but also a retool. If it means keeping Crosby and trying to go after it next year, then you got to trade guys like Karlsson. Maybe you consider one of the other core guys. But I think if you could retain someone Karlsson and flip him, I think you could get some assets back. But again, I mean, that was a big shot from Dubas, and it's been a big fail so far. So give me your thoughts, guys. What you think you could see from the Pittsburgh Penguins, what you could see from the Colorado Avalanche. Could we see Kerfoot reunite in Colorado, or could Colorado give a call to the Pittsburgh Penguins? And I mean, obviously Sid's the big name, but I mean, there's other guys that could fit Colorado, whether it's Lars Eller, Ricard Raquel. I mean, I could see other guys on Pittsburgh fitting, but again, keep an eye on Arizona as well. I think they're going to be busy. So we'll see you on the next video or stream. I'll be live all day on trade deadline day. Talk soon. Peace.